Parts of Canada are now finally slowly reopening, and I know there's a lot of celebration going on. People in Ontario celebrating the fact patios are finally open. On Friday, they reopened for the first time in quite some time, and I think people were just happy to get out and about on a nice day, sit on the patio, have a beer. They went to stores and so forth. Just great to put this all behind you. But don't entirely forget about it. Don't forget that our officials did things that were not proven to be necessary. They did very severe things that damaged our society. And that's what it did, damaged society. And they said, well, it's the only way. There's no better way, no possible other way. And I just don't think we should be forgetting that. One thing I did on Friday morning when Ontario began its phase 1 reopening is I took my son to Canadian Tire to buy a baseball bat. Now that's actually a radical proposition if I'd said it just the other day, because just the day before it would have been illegal for me to go inside a store, if you can believe it. And just a couple weeks ago, it would have been illegal for us to go on the baseball diamond. I don't mean for us to field a whole 2 teams and play a whole league together. By the way, that's still not allowed in Ontario. It would have been illegal for my son and I, 2 people in the same household, family members, to go and play on a baseball diamond. That's how onerous, that's how absurd certain parts of Ontario's stay-at-home order were. I mean, it's just unacceptable that those rules, that rule, 2 people can't be on a baseball diamond, that was ever in place in Ontario. So I'm happy that people can go grab a pint on a patio. Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to never having to talk about these restrictions again. But at the same time, the politicians who want to say, yes, they were completely necessary up until the day they were not, and you can thank us for now liberating you. Not buying it. Very shocked to see on Friday, Maxime Bernier was arrested for doing a bit of a rally at a series of events in Manitoba where he's doing a tour where he's speaking out against lockdown measures, doesn't support them at all. And he was going from one event to the other, and they were not particularly well-attended events. I think some of them in big cities were. But just after he was arrested, just before he was arrested, the rally he was at, I counted, I think there was about 9 people, all socially distanced. Maxime Bernier arrested after speaking to a handful of people outdoors, socially distanced. Now, those are the Manitoba rules that say you cannot have outdoor gatherings at the time of him doing that. And he knew what he was doing and so forth. He knew he was breaking the law and so on. But really, Manitoba, what are you doing? I mean, this is an outrage. You're arresting one of Canada's former foreign affairs ministers. He's a former cabinet minister in the Stephen Harper government, for having a conversation outdoors with a handful of people. I get that that's technically illegal, and I know Max knew what he was getting himself into, but maybe that shouldn't have been illegal. Maybe that law should not have been on the books in June, in the summer, in Manitoba. And that is the stuff that we should just look at and go, I can't believe these things are on the books. I can't believe they were ever on the books. And yes, we're happy to get back to real life and forgetting about this stuff, but good grief. Some of what happened, some of the rules that were in place, never acceptable.